Germany sits at the center of Europe, shaped by its geography and history. For centuries, it's been a crossroads of ideas, trade, and conflict, a land of contrasts. Today, Germany is a main part of the European Union, a global economic powerhouse, and a stable democracy. Its influence reaches worldwide, not just through politics and industry, but also through its rich cultural heritage. Germany's story is one of bouncing back and changing, from fairy tale castles to the dark depths of war, and from classical music to modern engineering. Its identity is rooted in being complex. Dense forests and busy cities, poets and scientists, tradition and new ideas. The nation's journey from many small states to one unified country is amazing. Modern Germany is committed to working with other countries, protecting the environment and human rights. Yet, its success is built on a difficult past, and it carries the weight of history with a sense of responsibility. Germany does not hide from its darkest moments, but uses them as lessons for the future. This is a place where memory is actively used to build a better world. Join us as we explore the many layers of Germany's story, from medieval castles to modern new ideas. Germany's landscape is dotted with magnificent castles, silent storytellers of a broken-up past. In the Middle Ages, Germany was like a patchwork quilt of small states and kingdoms, all part of the Holy Roman Empire. Castles were strongholds for powerful lords and knights, perched on hills and guarding river valleys. Each stone tells a story of power, ambition, and survival. Neuschwanstein Castle in Bavaria, though built in the 19th century, captures the feeling of medieval romance. Heidelberg Castle, a grand ruin, and Wartburg Castle, where Martin Luther translated the New Testament, are key links to Germany's deep past. Inside these walls, life was a mix of fancy court life and being ready for war. The lord's family lived in the main tower. Soldiers and craftsmen filled the courtyards. Castles were designed to survive attacks, with high walls and deep moats. Today, these castles connect us to the roots of German identity, reminding us of a time before unification. They speak of loyalty to local areas and the power of local rulers. Many have been kept safe, allowing visitors to step back in time. Walking through their gates, you can almost hear the echoes of history. These strongholds are lasting monuments to a time long past of knights and kings. They laid the groundwork for the complex nation Germany would become. Germany is known as das Land der Dichter und Denker, the land of poets and thinkers. Its artists and composers have shaped Western culture for centuries, exploring the deepest human feelings. Johann Sebastian Bach's complex music and Ludwig van Beethoven's revolutionary symphonies are basic parts of classical music. Richard Wagner's operas created immersive worlds that still capture audiences. In art, Albrecht Dürer's engravings and Caspar David Friedrich's landscapes showed a unique German style. These creative minds brought realism, symbolism, and deep psychological meaning to their work. Today, Germany's artistic legacy lives on in world-class orchestras, opera houses, and museums. Cities like Berlin and Munich are lively cultural centers, supported by strong public money for the arts. This commitment makes sure that the works of Bach, Beethoven, and Dürer remain part of a living tradition. German art and music are not just old things, they inspire new generations. The nation's creative spirit is constantly changing and making new things. Artistic heritage is woven into German identity, showing deep thought, precision, and a connection to nature. These traditions are a source of national pride. Germany's artistic soul is a powerful force, shaping its past and future. It stands as proof of lasting creativity and cultural influence. German culture is alive with traditions and festivals that bring communities together. Oktoberfest in Munich is the world's largest folk festival, bringing millions for beer, food, and music. Its roots come from a royal wedding celebration in 1810. Christmas markets turn town squares into magical wonderlands, filled with crafts, ornaments, and the smell of warm, spiced wine. The Nuremberg Christkindlesmarkt is among the oldest and most famous. These markets are social gathering places, celebrating the Christmas season with warmth and community. Many regional customs exist: spring maypoles, autumn wine festivals, and harvest celebrations that are centuries old. These events connect people to the seasons and their farming heritage. Traditions keep local ways of speaking, clothing, and folk music alive, making people feel like they belong. In a world that is becoming more connected, these customs provide continuity and pride. Festivals pass down stories and values from one generation to the next. They show a joyful, welcoming side of Germany deeply rooted in history. After World War I, Germany's monarchy fell apart, leading to the Weimar Republic, its first democracy. The Republic faced big money problems, very high inflation, and political instability. Yet the Weimar era was a golden age for the arts and intellectual life. Berlin became a center for new and experimental theater, groundbreaking films, and cutting-edge art. The Bauhaus school completely changed design, while artists like George Grosz and Otto Dix criticized society through powerful works. The Constitution gave women the right to vote, and cities like Berlin thrived with new freedoms and lively nightlife. However, the Republic was weak. The Great Depression hit hard, fueling extreme ideas and despair. Many lost faith in democracy, making way for Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. The creative, chaotic spirit of Weimar would soon be put out by a dark and oppressive government. The dream of a modern, accepting Germany was cut short, but its legacy of new ideas lives on. In 1933, Adolf Hitler took power, getting rid of democracy and setting up a cruel dictatorship. The Nazi government's ideas of racial purity and expanding its territory led directly to World War II. Propaganda, fear, and violence silenced anyone who disagreed and turned Germany into a police state. The invasion of Poland in 1939 started a global conflict, bringing destruction across Europe. The Holocaust, the planned killing of 6 million Jews and millions of others, remains one of history's greatest terrible acts. Concentration and extermination camps like Auschwitz became symbols of unimaginable horror. The war ended in 1945 with Germany's defeat. Hitler took his own life as Allied forces closed in. The country lay in ruins, its people devastated, and its cities destroyed. The fall of the Third Reich forced Germany to face the full horror of what it had done. The impact of these 12 years would shape German identity for generations. The world was left to deal with the consequences and the lessons of this dark time. After the war, Germany faced its past through a process called Vergangenheitsbewältigung, coming to terms with history. The country was divided, and dealing with the Nazi era became a moral and political duty. Memorials and museums across Germany honor the victims of Nazism, including the memorial to the murdered Jews of Europe in Berlin. Former concentration camps serve as educational sites, teaching new generations about the Holocaust. Holocaust education is required in schools, helping to prevent racism and hatred against Jewish people. Strict laws ban denying the Holocaust and Nazi symbols, strengthening a commitment to remembering. This process has shaped Germany's modern identity and its role as a supporter of human rights and democracy. Leaders speak of a special historical responsibility, not just to make up for the past, but to build a better future. By facing its darkest chapter, Germany regained its moral standing and became a respected global leader. It stands as an example of how a nation can learn from its past to champion peace and justice. Post-war Germany had an economic miracle, changing into a strong industrial country. Made in Germany became a global sign of quality and new ideas. Precise engineering and excellent manufacturing are deeply rooted in German culture. The dual vocational training system produces skilled technicians and engineers, keeping high standards. Today, Germany is the engine of Europe, with the largest economy in the EU and a leader in advanced technology. The industrial sector uses automation and digital technology, staying competitive worldwide. Cities like Chemnitz, once industrial centers in East Germany, are changing themselves for the future. German engineering drives progress from medical equipment to huge machines. This economic strength gives Germany influence in European and global affairs. The nation's story is one of change, building on its past to create a dynamic, innovative future. German cars, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Audi, are symbols of engineering, luxury, and performance. They represent over a century of new ideas, starting with Carl Benz's invention of the first gas-powered car. Mercedes-Benz set standards for safety and technology. BMW is known for sporty handling and powerful engines. These brands put a lot of money into research, pushing the limits of car design. The car industry is a major employer and drives exports, strengthening Germany's reputation for quality. German cars are a source of national pride and a symbol of recovery after the war. Today, car makers are leading the shift to electric vehicles and self-driving cars, investing in sustainable technologies. The spirit of new ideas remains strong, ensuring Germany's place at the front of the industry. From medieval castles to high-tech cars, Germany's journey is one of bouncing back and progress. It is a nation that honors its complex past while creating a bold, innovative future.